Ever wondered what makes a contract go poof? Like legally null and void.
Yeah, like it never even happened.
Exactly. We're diving deep into all those sneaky little things hiding in Nigerian contract law that can totally wreck a deal. Think of it like, I don't know,
The fine print.
the fine print, yeah. Vitiating elements. We're going to get into all that
I
today.
look forward to it.
So we're looking at like a summary overview of this whole topic, right? To really break it down, what are these vitiating elements all about?
Okay, so vitiating elements, those are the things that can actually invalidate a contract, like make it completely unenforceable in court.
Oh, okay. So it's like totally useless then.
Yep, like a legal loophole that just makes the whole agreement disappear.
So this sounds super important, but can we get a real world example here? Something that like our listeners can understand, maybe even those Unilag business law students getting ready for exams? Make it hit home.
Okay, picture this. You're buying land, right? The seller's all hyped up, telling you it's prime real estate, amazing development potential. You get excited, sign the contract, and bam. Later you find out the land is basically in a swamp.
Oh no, you got tricked.
You got it. That's misrepresentation, a classic vitiating element.
Yeah.
The seller knew the truth but spun it to their advantage. The buyer was misled, so the contract, poof, voidable.
So it's not just about what's written, but like the whole story behind the contract, the context.
Absolutely. Especially in Nigeria, where contracts are everywhere in business. Imagine putting everything into a venture and then, boom, the contract's worthless.
Total nightmare.
Right. That's why understanding these elements is so crucial. It's like having legal X-ray vision. You see right through the contract, spot those hidden problems.
So like what kind of problems are we talking about? What are some common traps people fall into?
Well, sometimes people just don't get what certain clauses mean. Or they miss the signs of undue influence, like someone being pressured into a deal.
Ooh, that's sneaky. Okay, let's break down some of these elements for our Unilag students and everyone else listening. Starting with misrepresentation, can you unpack that a little more?
Sure, there are actually different types: fraudulent, negligent, and innocent. Each has a different legal outcome. Fraudulent is straight up lying. Negligent is making claims without really checking if they're true.
And innocent.
That's when someone believes what they're saying is true, even though it's not.
So you could make an honest mistake and
Yeah.
still end up voiding a contract.
Yep, that's why you got to do your homework before signing anything. Due diligence is key.
Makes sense. So how often do you actually see these vitiating element cases in Nigerian courts? Like, is this a common thing?
More than you think. Contract disputes happen all the time, and these elements often play a big role. Like, I've seen contracts thrown out because someone was forced into it or manipulated.
Wow, that's heavy stuff. It really shows how important this all is, not just for law students, but for anyone doing business in Nigeria.
It's like having a secret weapon. If you know about these elements, you can protect yourself and navigate the legal system.
So, okay, big question. If a contract looks good at first glance, does that mean we're in the clear?
Not at all. Remember, there might be those hidden vitiating elements lurking beneath the surface ready to blow the whole thing up.
So what's the takeaway here?
Understand these concepts, and don't be afraid to get legal advice when you need it. Knowledge is power, especially in contract law.
This has been really eye-opening. Any last words of wisdom for our listeners, especially those aspiring lawyers out there?
Remember the old saying, caveat emptor. Let the buyer beware. Don't just skim the surface, dig deep, understand what you're getting into. And for those Unilag students hitting the books, mastering this stuff will give you a serious advantage. It'll help you out with those business law exams for sure.
Absolutely. Great advice. We've only scratched the surface here, but hopefully this deep dive has given everyone a good look into the world of vitiating elements in Nigerian contract law. Happy deal-making, everyone.
Good luck out there.
And remember, always read the fine print.